Hello and welcome to the Beefy Tech channel. Today, we're going straight into testing Rano Rubber and checking out the performance of the RTX 4090 with a 5800X3D in Ashika Island, the new resurgence map of Modern Warfare 2. The testing was done at 1440p and the game settings will be on screen for you to see. Mind you, my 4090 is overclocked slightly, and my 5800X3D is undervolted to -30 offset while being paired with a DDR4 3800MHz RAM kit running 1:1 Infinity Fabric. For my full system spec sheet, please check the description as it would be too much to put it all on screen right now. And if you have any questions, comment down below. Also, I kept getting assaulted by random pedestrians on my walk to get benchmark results, so excuse the random murder occasionally happening on screen. With that said, the new Ashika Island map is actually very enjoyable to play, and the design of the map is good and it flows pretty well. But the performance is a bit hit or miss, as you would have noticed. You can call it whatever you want, but I'll call it poor hardware optimization for this map, because you'll often see spots of the map with 80% GPU usage, turn 90 degrees to any side, and suddenly you're at 50% GPU usage. Obviously, I'm aware that at 1440p, a 5800X3D bottlenecks a 4090, as I've done a video on this before testing just how bottlenecked the 4090 is by a 5800X3D. But on this map, the FPS inconsistencies are even worse than Al Mazrah. When you go on top of a roof or look towards the middle of the map from the edge of the map, FPS can drop by up to 100 frames, which is obviously a lot. While I did feel that in game, it didn't actually hinder my gaming performance much, because when you drop from 280 to 180, it is significantly more playable than if you're dropping from 200 to 100. Anyway, the 1% lows as a result are not particularly great, and this map can definitely do with some optimization. The FPS highs are really high, but so are the lows. I'll come back to this map and test it specifically once again when I get the 7950X3D CPU on the 30th of February. Until then, I'll say the performance of the 4090 and the 5800X3D is great, but the map requires some optimization to maintain the FPS highs and not have those terrible 1% lows and variance between locations on the map. As you can see in the test footage, the FPS here is 180 with 60% GPU usage, while at the start of the video on the other side of the map, it was 250 with 80% GPU usage. In a gunfight, this can become quite jarring, because unless you lock your frames to 180, you're bound to get big dips in FPS. I have a 240Hz monitor, and that means even if I kept my FPS to 1 or 3 below the monitor refresh for optimal latency, there's no way I would be able to maintain that frame rate consistently, because different parts of the map get vastly different frame rate numbers. Obviously, none of this really is the fault of the 4090, but it goes to show that even on the new Warzone Resurgence map, the CPU will remain the biggest bottleneck of the system. Overall, the FPS highs are better than Al Mazrah by quite a bit actually, but the lows are actually worse than Al Mazrah. This means that yes, Activision just released this brand new map, less optimized than the old one. While that does not surprise me in any way, shape or form, I can't help but be slightly disappointed. Regardless, I have to give them credit where credit is due. The movement changes they made to the game are great, and the map plays very aggressively as a Rebirth map should always play. I'm excited to do a full in-depth test of multiplayer Al Mazrah and Ashika Island together. I have a big video in the works directly comparing the 5800X3D against the 7950X3D. The only missing piece of the video is the 7950X3D. And so once I'll get that, I'll do an in-depth video of every single game mode specifically to compare their performance within the Warzone genre. Thank you for watching today's quick video, and I appreciate the support once again. I hope you found this video helpful and it showed you exactly what you could expect from Ashika Island. If you want more videos like this with no fluff, just raw unbewildering information on gaming performance, please subscribe, like the video, and have a beautiful day. Peace.